So we're based in Market Harborough. So we're across 2 sites. So we have a warehouse and then the office, and we employ approximately 35 people. And as I said, we print as well. So we specialise in fabric printing. Essentially, all to ensure that we can offer a nice service for our clients.
Okay, and my geography's not very, but Mark Harbour's middle of the country, isn't it?
Yeah, so sort of right on the border of Leicestershire and Northamptonshire, so only about an hour from where we are today.
So you can supply the whole country.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, national edition.
You say you do printing, so things like roll band, everything's a complete one-stop solution.
Yeah, exactly. So we can supply hardware only to those that print, or solution that those might have, limited sources.
Okay, so you help companies stand out. I like that. So what makes Berry Displays stand out? What is the competitive industry?
I think certainly from our perspective, it's our customer service and our innovation. I suppose would be the 2 things that spring to mind. So our customer service is the best in the business. We have, although a quite small team, we service such a huge amount of clients, and each account has a dedicated account manager. So you've got someone that you can reach at the end of the phone, should you need it, without having to wait in lengthy queues. And you've got someone that knows your account and knows the jobs that you're working on. We're sort of determined to adapt for each of our customers. And then secondly, on the innovation side of things, it's all well and good. So we import directly from the Far East, but we take those products off the shelf and, how can we make that better? How can we improve that rather than just sort of pulling something in and selling it really? So how we can improve that for the end user, basically.
Okay. Well, you mentioned you're a trade supplier. So
Yeah.
why do you recommend companies working with trade partners? What's the benefits of that?
So I think simply it's easy is number one, and secondly it's the extra routes to market that then become available. So people haven't got to invest time, money, into resources that perhaps they didn't have. They can kind of lean on our years of experience and our expertise kind of do the job for them. So if you get inquiries for flags, but you go, I don't print fabric, you don't need to. That's where we come in, and we sort of supplies with property artwork, and we'll take care of the whole process for you, basically.
How does that work with supporting the customer?
So, in terms of the order process, so drop an order over, we've got unbranded artwork templates that we supply. And then we have sort of, internal comms with our production team. We test fit all the graphics that we produce as well. So we've got that available as a resource for anyone that, might want to see kind of brief dispatch, because ultimately, they're trusting us with their job. They need to see what ultimately that looks like. We've got kind of a vast range of unbranded marketing materials as well. So that's imagery, e-shots, for digital console, that sort of thing. So, essentially, if you look at it, I could start a print business from solely what we offer, which is...
Wouldn't have to invest in anything.
No, exactly. I can set up a website and say, right, I'm going to sell roll banners, flags and tube, and Mary can do it all for me.
Yeah. Interesting. So your salesperson, very positive. Could you tell us a little bit about the day in the life?
Yeah, certainly. So I think a typical day really for me is just talking. My colleagues will probably agree that you can't get me to shut up half the time, but I think talking is really what it comes down to, and that will be, I think the first thing I like to do when I come in the morning is kind of look at the numbers, see where we are at sort of that point, in the month, and kind of that might shape my day a little differently. But that's picking up the phone to existing customers and talking to them. That's picking up the phone to prospective customers, because there is so much really that we still don't service. And just chatting really, and chatting with our internal team as well.
It's interesting. So it's about chatting. So if you're working for companies that maybe don't have the that you're selling your stuff essentially, you need to help them to explain what they're doing to their customers.
Exactly. And that's, you can pick up the phone and, we can offer advice. I think, for us, it's making sure that we've got a nice, strong relationship, and it's a listening ear and advice over the hard sell. And if it's something that perhaps, we can't offer, this is what might work as an alternative, and, kind of guiding our customers on products that, we've maybe just brought to market and they don't know much about. So, I think it's really key just to talk to people and tell them what we do, who we are, and how we can help them.
Good. Okay, so you're here at Simon Digital. You're quite a regular visitor here, which is fantastic. what's going on your stand this week?
So we are showcasing our light boxes this year. So we've always offered sort of an economy option, but last year we launched our premium option, and this year we're showcasing those sort of the off-the-shelf sort of supply that we have, and then we've got some custom heights as well. Because sort of what being one step from the source, that allows us to have a more open communication with our supplier and get those custom heights. And then we've also got our new aerial linking kit, which is created an illuminated bridge on our stand. So that's new for this spring. And some extended kits as well to kind of take the stand to a full shell scheme height as well.
So that's to sort of add to the creativity that people can do.
Yeah.
On the stand.
It's a more immersive.
Is that what it's saying?
So it's essentially you've got a kit that sits on the top of two light boxes, and then you can put any light box over it. So it's a bit like a tunnel, bridge, ceiling, whatever you might want to call it.
It's all quite easy to assemble.
Dead easy, yeah, dead easy to do. Yeah, I mean I do it in the office. I like to get quite hands-on with our products because you're never going to learn everything straight away. So you need to kind of understand them. I certainly am a visual learner. I like to take them apart and get involved and
know how to install them.
Yeah, it makes it sound easy, but it is very push fit assembly, numbered, dead easy to do. And then we've got a new price list, which is launching next week. So people can pre-register for access on the stand. So we've got some new product leaflets as well, showing what we've got coming in the spring.
So obviously for a company like yourself, I can see your price list there, so big through it. There's a lot of products, but you've kind of got to stay ahead of the game, really. So what are the trends in the market? Where's things heading?
So I think first, the key trend in any industry, really, not just print, is sustainability. So I think that is really at the forefront of businesses' minds, when that influences their purchasing decisions, is making sure that there is a sustainable offering there and, kind of trying to do away with one-use products. So I think that's a really key trend that we're seeing. We're offering more digital comms as well, trying to kind of come away from, big fit catalogues, and getting a digital version out to people. So I think that's probably one. Soft signage as well, so fabric. Another really nice solution. I think typically a lot of our customers, when they think of an exhibition stand, they think of the traditional pop-ups, they think of the traditional roller banners, and it's not just that anymore. So we have got fabric solutions, double-sided, washable. You can have a message on either side, reusable, and not a one-time use.
It's easier to transport.
Yeah.
In the back.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think soft signage is really key. LED as well. So, light boxes. I mean, I've certainly seen a lot of them as I've been walking around so far this morning, but that is another kind of key product in doing.
Most of them have fabric across the front.
Yeah, so that we would apply the silicon edge graphics. Again, washable, reusable. But even sort of the light boxes themselves, it's something that's long lasting, low energy. Is another really key one.
So you talked a bit about how you are adapting your product to meet the trends of sustainability and use and so on. Is there any others?
I think tube displays was another one of our sort of major launches. So we've got quite a vast range of tube walls, displays.
Please explain.
So aluminium frame, numbered push fit assembly, and then the graphic is literally a fabric graphic that slips over a bit like a sock.
Oh, I know.
Zip at the bottom. So we have different shapes and sort of different pods and things like that available. Yeah. You can do quite a lot in tube, even hanging structures. But our back walls we offer in sort of a straight or a curved version. We have those in 6 widths. And then we've kind of engineered a range of feet and connecting accessories so you can kind of create any size or shape stand, or you take those bits away and you end up with just a back wall.
That's a lot. There's a lot of stuff. How do you sort of communicate that to your customers? Well, you've got in your team going more digital. What are you doing to improve range of product?
I think it's just about, I think, again, getting the message out, and, this is really where we're seeing it going, and probably doing a push on those things. Because as I said earlier, people think of traditional pop-ups, and it's not so much the case anymore. We do a lot with our marketing and stuff like that, and getting the message out there. But we also exhibit with our staff, and so we use those products. We have those to showcase.
It goes back to what you were saying about talking to people.
Yeah.
Discuss what they need, what they're trying to do, and you go through all the different options. Well, I guess going forward, quite nice. What sort of advice would you give to business, particularly here, that are looking to invest in graphic solutions, and solutions? Yeah, what should they think about?
I think firstly work with a trade partner, because certainly like ourselves, we are one step from the source. So as I said, we have those more open communications that can kind of use that to our advantage, whether it's working on new products or working on projects, bringing things in, and it's I think working with someone that we trust. And as I said, our customer service is the best in the business. When we go over above, and I think it's just making sure that you work with someone that is there to help you, has a more personable approach over the hard sell. So I would say that's the kind of thing. So
Good stuff. Well, thank you very much for your time.
thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure. And if you'd like to see more of our very displays, they're in the far corner. What's the stand number?
105, yeah, 105.
Right next to sort of where the printwear.
Printwear, yeah, it's a nice spot.
Good spot.
We're lit, you can't miss us.
Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.